I just want to say if you're watching this video, welcome and thank you so much for watching, and give this video a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel and turn that notification squad on so that you always alert to when I have a new video coming out. I am going to start doing Friday giveaways because I do have a slight clothing line that I am working hard to brand out, and I'm going to start giving away some of my items from my website. So if you guys would just like to stick with me through that whole process and continue watching me grow, I promise you that you won't be disappointed. Today we are going to be talking about relationships. I asked you guys over social media what should I talk about in my next video, and half of you guys said relationship. Now, my opinion doesn't necessarily mean that it is through my situation. It doesn't mean that it's through what I've been through. It's just going to be my views on these certain questions and my opinion. So this question was kind of like iffy because it says, who creates more problems in a relationship? So to me, there's no who creates more problems in a relationship. But one thing I can say is that I do believe that women do mature a lot faster than men. I mean, it's been proven. I do feel like women know exactly what they want in a relationship, and men, on the other hand, know they want something, just don't know how to keep it. So I feel like, if I had to pick who creates more problems in a relationship, I obviously would say men create the more problems. But at the same time, you have to look at it as if, what's the situation? What's the problem, because you can have a female that's out here doing her thing, you can have a guy that's out here doing her thing. There's no stereotype way to determine who creates more problems in a relationship. But I just can say that men mature slowly in a relationship, women mature faster. In a relationship, you're supposed to have 50-50. I feel like you're supposed to both give it all that you got. If you feel like that person is the one for you, you'll know what you're supposed to do for that person, what you're supposed to do for a female, what a male likes, especially if you've been with that person for so long, or because you really shouldn't have problems if you're in the beginning stage. So for this specific question, who creates more problems in a relationship, you should know by now how to fix the problems if you've been with a certain person for so long in a relationship. Now, if you're in a new relationship, you should not be starting off with toxic whatsoever. It should be nothing but butterflies. It's the beginning stages. So sometimes, people tend to forget that in a relationship you need that support, and you need that backbone, and you also need that love, that attention. You might feel like, okay, this person is mine or whatever, but at the same time, what are you doing to keep that person yours? You have to literally show all signs of affection, care, love, attention, because for a female, a lot of females need those type of things, especially if you're a female that's been through things. You definitely need that reassurance that you are loved, that you are cared for. Now, males, on the other hand, they are more into their pride. They're strong-hearted, but at the same time, they have a soft spot and they have a lot of breaking points. Males tend to hide their feelings a lot versus how women, we just show them. So I feel like, you have to break down your male's walls, but at the same time, you have to learn more about that person, what that person's flaws are, what makes that person happy, in order to get to where you need to be in a relationship. Males do create more problems in a relationship only because they tend to not know what they want out of a relationship. They will put you through hell back and forth until they decide on what they want. And half the time a male will know that that person is a good person for them, but they will constantly just be stuck in their childish ways or stuck in their high school ways and wanting to create more of an environment for themselves, so they bring more attention to themselves because they feel like they can't just settle down with one person. So us women, we know exactly what we want, so when we could just settle down for that person and give it all we got. What do you guys think? Comment below, who creates more problems in a relationship? But you have to put yourself in a male's shoes, and you males have to put yourself in a woman's shoes in order to even answer that question. My next question was, what helps a relationship? There's a lot of ways to help a relationship grow. like I said before, in a relationship, you want to be able to know who you are in a relationship with. You know, you want to be able to hit that 6-month stage before you know. Well, you want to hit that 6-month stage in order for you to know about that person. Typically, it takes 6 months for you to know a person. So even if you feel like you're not in love with that person or the individual, you should start getting the vibe out of 6 months if that person is the one you want to continue to make something with. You want to be able to know somebody like the back of your hand if that person is going to be somebody you want to be in a relationship with. And that's going to also help you when it comes down to fighting, when it comes down to gifting, surprising, loving, or giving any attention, sexual activities, all of that. You want to know exactly what your person likes, because it's going to be so much easier to make a relationship so much smoother. You're going to want to know what that person does not like. What helps a relationship grow to me is knowing who I'm in a relationship with. I want to be able to spoil the person I'm in a relationship with. I want to be able to give that person the love that they feel that they need. I want to give that person the attention that they need out of a relationship. Because at the end of the day, you do not want to push somebody away for doing things that they don't like. You might be in a relationship with somebody and they may not like the gifts and the surprises and stuff like that. I mean, that would be really crazy, you know, if you meet somebody like that, because who doesn't like surprises? But you might be in a relationship, you know, you could be in a relationship with somebody who does not like that stuff. And so you're slightly pushing that person away because you're doing it because you like it. So that's another thing, you just want to be in a relationship with somebody that you know before you take the next step. I feel like trust is a huge thing in a relationship. Communication. Trust and communication are the hugest things in a relationship. The love kind of grows with the relationship. The trust and communication builds the relationship to getting to that love part. So I feel like, when you're in a relationship, you want to communicate with your partner in every single way that you can. You want to let that person know when you are feeling scared, when you are feeling any kind of neglection. You want to let your partner know. And if your partner cannot take in consideration what you're feeling, then as days go on, months go on, your relationship is not going to get any healthier if someone's neglecting your concerns. Be with somebody who genuinely cares about this. Be with somebody who genuinely cares about your feelings, You'll know, especially you women, you'll know if that person is the one for you because they won't neglect the things that they're constantly hearing you say. The number one thing to do to keep a relationship going is give your time for each other. If you're in a relationship and you work a lot, make sure that you find time for each other. If you're somebody that has children, find time for yourself. You want to be able to go on dates, You don't have to even go on a date and it's to the movies, Go on a date by just chilling at home watching movies, It's just that time that is appreciative. If you're in a relationship and you don't go on any dates or have any time for yourself, that's going to be a huge problem in your relationship because someone's not paying you no attention over time because no one's acknowledging what you would like to do. If you're one of those people that don't like to go on dates, and you don't like to go watch movies, or you don't like to go to the movies, or you just don't feel like that's for you, but your partner likes it. Step out of your comfort zone to make sure that you go on those dates for your partner. If you care about your partner, you will do those things because you want your partner to be happy. It's not always about you in the relationship. It's about each other. And in a relationship, that's going to make you guys so much stronger when you think for each other, not just yourself. That is the huge problem that I see in relationships today. People seem to put their self first before their partner. You want to combine each other. You want that other person to have the other side of your brain, the other side of your heart. You want to have that person be your other half. Have that person know you before you commit to anything, because if you don't know who you're in a relationship with, it's not going to be smooth. On to my next question. When is it enough? Okay, so you'll know when it's enough when you're going through the same things, when it's a pattern. When you're constantly saying something over and over to someone and it's not getting any better, or it's just getting worse, then that person's intentions aren't there to make you happy in a relationship. They're not there to make sure that you're the one for them. They don't care at the end of the day. If they do something that you say that you don't like, then they're basically taking a chance at losing you. You want to be there excuse me, you want to be in a relationship with somebody who's gonna think about you, who's gonna think about you first. Not saying that you're supposed to come before everyone, but you're basically their other half. You want to be able to know you're in a relationship with somebody who just cares about your feelings. You feel like whenever somebody is starting to fall back in a relationship, and when I say when they're falling back is you'll be in a relationship in the beginning, and then it'll be all love, you know, and then all of a sudden it's like, boom, someone just forgot how to treat you like they treated you. It's so simple. If someone's treating you the way they started treating you in the beginning, it's so simple to keep that, the way they're treating you, so good towards the end. I mean, like, honestly, like, come on now, you know, if you're treating somebody so heavenly in the beginning in a relationship, you need to carry it out that way in a relationship, because in the beginning that person's staying with you because of how you've been treating them. If you fall off, I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, people have their bad days, you know, people aren't always happy, you know, but in order to keep a relationship happy, you have to be concerned about your partner in every single way, because you become one. You should be reaching to become one, like in a marriage. So when you're basically like going through the downhill part in a relationship, you should know your partner well enough to bring that back up. You should know what things to do to make that partner feel good. Now, if your partner is constantly messing up, and then all of a sudden they're doing those same things to make it better by like anything, just like saying bringing flowers, whatever that partner does for you to make you feel happy, if they're doing that every single time they're making you mad, then that's a bad pattern. That's a red flag right there. That's something that it's going to be a habit to that partner, and you're going to want to either have the talk, or you're going to want to, you know, step away from that, because it's not going to get better. And that's just very unhealthy. Another question that I had was, how do I know a relationship is unhealthy? You'll know a relationship is unhealthy is when you're thinking, when you know up here. Literally, when your mind is how you know you're in a healthy state. Your mind is the one that is there. Like, I'm telling you ladies, like, listen to your mind. And you two males, listen to your mind. Your mind will tell you. You don't want to think with your heart, because that's the confusion. When you're thinking with your heart in a relationship, you're thinking about how you love this person you don't want to let go. But you want to think with your mind. Think about what you're going through at the end of the day. If you're crying at night, if you're stressed out, if you're going to bed angry, if you're constantly talking to yourself about if you should be in a relationship with this person, those are all unhealthy things that you should not be thinking about in a relationship constantly. You want to be able to have a clear mind. And once you have a clear mind, you'll know that you're in a relationship with that person for a good thing. You don't want to be stressed out like that in a relationship, because it's not healthy for you. If you're someone that has to go through those things and you're not talking to somebody, I advise you to either talk to somebody or advise you to end your relationship. Now, if you're thinking with your heart, you're not going to be able to end a relationship that's unhealthy, because you're thinking about how much you love that person, how much you want to be with that person. That's not going to do you any justice. You're going to want to have a talk with yourself and determine, am I happy? Do I want to be in this relationship? Now, if you're asking yourself that several times a day, then this relationship is not for you to be in. You know, this is not just for males or females, but, you know, live your life to the fullest. If you're young, you know, literally if you're still in your 40s or 50s, you're young. Up here, down here in your heart, you're young. It's never too late for you to find the one that's going to make you genuinely happy. I honestly, like, you know, I believe in love at first sight. I believe that, you know, that there is love for everyone out there. Don't settle for something because you feel like this is all you have. This is what you're used to. Don't settle. At the end of the day, do what's best for you. Find the love that you deserve. If you're giving 100% into a relationship and somebody's giving 75, and you're not seeing no change in that person, don't settle. It's not going to get better. Someone also asked, when is the right time to propose? Okay, so me, I honestly am not going to be the person in my relationship to get on nobody's knee to ask anybody to marry anybody. You know, that's just not me. You know, women that do that, oh my goodness, courage to you, you know, that's amazing. You know, I feel like, you know, at the end of the day, that's just not something I would do. But for you guys, you know, like, I can't really say when is the right time. You feel it. You don't really have a when is the right time, 6 months in a relationship, a year, whatever, blah, blah. You can literally marry somebody within months of knowing them because you felt that. You felt the need, that you felt like this person is going to be the one for you. I do not believe in divorce. So once I'm married, I am married, you know. I just feel like, you know, you don't want to get in a relationship with somebody just to go through a divorce. That is so unhealthy. That is, especially if you have children. You do not want to put your children through that because you have to think about your whole entire family. A divorce is something that is like not just on the couple, but it comes with your family. So it's not a good thing. You know, like, it happens, you know, like, we're human, we make mistakes. So divorces do happen often. But you'll know when that person is the one for you. But my just advice for that is wait till you actually know that person is for you. Like, back to what I was saying in the beginning of the video. You want to know the person like the back of your hand before you are taking any further steps with a person, because you want to know that that person is for you. Like I said, live your life to the fullest, but don't waste your time. Your time, if you are someone like me, your time is very, very valuable. If you're somebody like me that puts 100% into everything they do, into any relationship, you want to get that same energy back. You want to get that same trust back, that same love. You do not want to be a person that's sitting up somebody's ass, loving them so hard, and they're loving you to a minimum. That's not okay. So ladies, if that's your issue, you want to look deeper into your relationship and know what you deserve. Some people that ask me, like, what do you deserve? It's not what you deserve, it's what you know that you deserve, first of all. Whatever you, if you look back, like, at what you've been through in your life, or this is your first relationship, whatever. If you're a genuinely happy person and that is all draining from you, then you're not in the right relationship, or you're not in the right state of mind for yourself. Before you get in a relationship, you want to know yourself. You want to be able to carry some type of happiness with you through through your relationship. Don't get into a relationship just because it's all fun and games and cute or whatever. Get into a relationship when you're ready, because rushing into something is not always okay. You know, like, I've rushed into my relationship, but at the same time, I know that in my heart that I wanted this relationship, you know, like, I've always wanted this relationship. And I've always been a person that's wanted a relationship, you know, but you have to know how to fix the mistakes that you've made in your relationships in order to get better. Nothing will get better if you aren't learning from the mistakes that you made. Get a piece of paper, write down the things that you like in a relationship. Those are the things that you deserve. If you're getting those things out of a relationship, then your man is doing well. You know, also ladies, you have to sometimes fall back. You do not want to be breathing down your man's neck all the time, because you're going to cause that tension in that relationship. You have to learn to trust somebody before you go off the walls on that person. My biggest advice to any of my friends, trust that person until that trust is broken. Once that trust is broken and you see that person is fixing that trust, then okay, you know, put your walls down a little bit. Don't completely put them all down, but put them down a little bit. But don't accuse any of your relationships, women too, don't accuse your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, of doing anything, one, without the facts, two, without either seeing it yourself, 3, if they have never did anything wrong to you in a relationship, don't just come out like that, you know? That's not going to be the way to do things. Communication, like I said in the beginning, is the hugest thing. Hey, so-and-so told me that you were caught at the bar doing this. I'm going to give you a chance to tell me before, like, I go further investigation, you know? Because I also stand by what's in the dark comes to light, because that is a true thing. What's in the dark always comes to light. God is up there. God will make sure, if you're a good woman or a good man, that everything that you've been through in the dark comes to light. It doesn't matter if it's a year later. You'll know. You'll eventually know. And, you know, trust your intuition. Not that that's always right, though. Sometimes it could be wrong just because of what you've been through in your past. Don't carry your past relationships onto your new relationships. You have to give somebody a chance in order to feel fresh in a relationship. Don't carry your baggage. Carrying your baggage in a relationship is so unhealthy. I just want to answer those few questions. Again, if you guys have any other questions for me to answer about relationships, go right ahead. Like I said, like, my opinions might not be the opinions that you want to hear, or they might not match what you feel. This is just how I feel for answering those certain questions. But yeah, so I hope that I gave the right advice to you guys. I hope that I've answered your questions. I just want to say that, like, in my relationship, a lot has changed. A lot has gotten so much better because I know who I am now. I know what I deserve. And so take a chance to write down the things that you feel like you deserve in a relationship. And if you are in a relationship, look at those things and see if you're getting that type of things out of a relationship. And then you'll know if that person is the one. Don't forget to subscribe and like this. And I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys. Love you.